Hello and welcome to another episode of our English Listening Practice Podcast. This podcast is from English Pod Studio, and it is made to help you learn English in a simple and natural way. I will speak slowly and clearly so that you can listen carefully, understand my words, and even repeat after me if you want to practice speaking. Remember, the more you listen, the more comfortable you will feel with English. Today, we are going to talk about a very important idea in language learning. The idea is this: before you can speak well, you need to listen a lot. Listening comes first. Speaking comes later. This may sound simple, but many learners forget about it. They want to speak fast, but they don't spend enough time listening. In this episode, we will understand why listening first is so important and how you can use listening to make your English stronger. Think about babies. How does a baby learn to speak? Do they read grammar books? Do they study vocabulary lists? No, a baby listens first. For many months, a baby only listens to the voices of parents, brothers, sisters, and people around them. The baby hears words again and again. Slowly, the baby begins to understand, and only after a lot of listening, the baby starts to say their first words like mama or dada. This shows us something very powerful. Listening is the foundation. It is the base of learning a language. Without listening, speaking cannot grow. Just like a tree needs roots in the ground before it can grow branches, your English needs listening before it can grow into speaking. Many learners feel shy when speaking English. They feel nervous and they worry about mistakes. One reason for this is that they have not listened enough. Their ears are not used to English sounds. When your ears get used to the rhythm, the accent, and the music of English, your mouth will find it easier to copy and speak. Listening trains your brain and prepares your voice. Listening also helps you learn naturally. You don't need to memorize every grammar rule. If you listen to English many times, you will notice how words are used, how sentences are made, and how questions are asked. For example, if you hear many times, "What are you doing?" or "How are you today?" your brain will remember it, even without a grammar lesson. Later, when you speak, those sentences will come out naturally. Another benefit of listening is understanding different accents and voices. English is spoken in many countries: the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and many others. Each place has its own way of speaking. Even inside one country, people may sound different. If you listen a lot, you will train your ears to understand these differences. This will make conversations easier when you meet people from different places. Listening also makes you more confident. When you understand what other people are saying, you feel more relaxed. You don't panic. You know what the conversation is about, and you can join more easily. But if you don't listen much, you will feel lost. You will worry too much about what people are saying. That is why listening practice every day is so important. Now, let's talk about how to practice listening every day. Maybe you think, "I don't have time," or "I don't live in an English-speaking country." But don't worry. You don't need to travel abroad. You don't need to study for hours. You only need to use simple steps in your daily life. Let's go step by step. The first step is make listening part of your routine. Choose a time each day when you can listen to English. It can be in the morning when you eat breakfast, or at night before you sleep. It can be during your bus ride or while walking. Even 10 minutes every day is powerful. The key is regular practice. Listening one time for 1 hour is not as good as listening 10 minutes every day. The second step is choose the right material. If the audio is too hard, you may feel frustrated. If it is too easy, you may feel bored. Choose material that is just a little bit above your level. For beginners, children's stories, slow news, or English podcasts for learners are perfect. If you understand about 70%, it is the right level. The third step is listen more than once. Don't think you must understand everything in one try. The first time, just listen and enjoy. The second time, focus on main ideas. The third time, pay attention to new words or pronunciation. Each time, you will hear something new. Repetition makes your listening stronger. The fourth step is use transcripts if they are available. A transcript is the written text of the audio. First, listen without reading. Then, listen again while reading the transcript. This helps you connect the sounds to the words. Later, try again without the transcript to test yourself. The fifth step is active listening. Active listening means you don't just let the words pass by. You focus. You try to repeat what you hear, or you pause the audio and say it yourself. For example, if the podcast says, "I like apples," you pause and say, "I like apples." This trains both your listening and your speaking at the same time. The sixth step is listen to different voices. Try to listen to different speakers, men and women, young and old, from different countries. English is a world language, so people speak it in many ways. If you only listen to one accent, you may have trouble later. But if you listen to many accents, your ears will be ready for any situation. The seventh step is make listening fun. If you only listen to boring lessons, you will lose interest. Mix serious study with fun content. Listen to songs, stories, or short videos you enjoy. Sometimes just listen without pressure. Other times, study more seriously. This balance will keep you motivated. Remember, you don't need to understand 100%. Even if you understand only half, your brain is still learning. With time, you will understand more and more. The important thing is to keep listening every single day. Now let's connect listening to speaking, fluency, and your overall English journey. One very important idea is this: listening helps you speak better. Many learners think speaking comes first, but it doesn't. You cannot say what you have never heard. Listening gives you the patterns of English. For example, when you hear "how are you" again and again, your brain remembers it. Later, when someone asks you, the words come out naturally. Without listening, speaking feels difficult. With listening, speaking becomes easier. Another benefit of listening first is that it improves your fluency. Fluency means speaking smoothly without stopping too much. How can you become fluent? By listening to how native speakers or advanced speakers talk. You learn their rhythm, their tone, and their natural expressions. Then when you speak, you copy that style. It is like music. To play music, you first listen to it many times. The same is true for English. The more you listen, the more fluent you become. Listening also helps with confidence. Many learners feel nervous because they are afraid of not understanding. But if you listen often, you start to understand more. You begin to notice words and sentences you already know. This gives you confidence. You think, "Oh, I understood that sentence." This small success motivates you to keep learning. Step by step, your fear becomes smaller and your confidence grows. Another point is that listening connects you to real-life English. Sometimes textbooks feel too formal, but real conversations, podcasts, movies, and songs show you how people actually speak. You hear natural expressions, slang, and different accents. This prepares you for real conversations. When you meet someone in English, it won't feel strange because your ears are already used to it. Now, let's talk about how to stay motivated. Sometimes listening every day feels hard. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel bored. Remember, learning English is a long journey, not a short race. You don't need to be perfect today. You only need to do a little every day. 10 minutes of listening is enough. Over weeks and months, this small habit becomes a big improvement. A good way to stay motivated is to track your progress. For example, choose one podcast or video and listen to it today. In 1 month, listen to it again. You will notice you understand more than before. This will make you proud and happy. You will see that your effort is working. Let me remind you of the key ideas from this episode. Listening comes first. It is the foundation of English. Without listening, speaking is difficult. With listening, speaking becomes easier. To practice, make listening part of your daily life. Choose the right level, listen more than once, use transcripts, and try to listen actively. Don't worry about understanding everything. Even small progress is progress. Over time, your brain learns. So, my final message is this: trust the process. Listen every day, even just a little. Be patient and don't give up. Remember how babies learn. They listen for months before speaking. You can do the same. Step by step, listening will make your English stronger. Thank you for joining me today at English Pod Studio. I hope this episode helped you see why listening first is so important. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself. You are already on the right path. Until next time, keep learning and keep smiling. Goodbye for now.